So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey everyone, this is Ho Ho Hong Kong with me, Vivek, Mubhu, Bunny, and your co-host who is...
Oi mate, I'm Mohammed Magdi.
That's right, he has been influenced highly by the southern hemisphere of the globe that we live in. He's coming back from Australia, it's Mohammed Magdi.
Oh, you dumb cunt.
So this explains why you're like, hey, hold on a second, I was refreshing my podcast. For some reason, I didn't get any new episodes. This guy who truly lived the Australian lifestyle of laziness.
Yeah.
No, he was busy with his own stuff and I was like, yeah, let's leave him there.
Well, yeah, the last week was like a travel week. And we just couldn't get another episode in. It was just like impossible.
Yeah, I can understand.
Because we also didn't have the equipment. That's the other thing. So,
Yeah, it'd be awkward. Be like, you have the whole episode.
yeah, from the phone, just in voice messages on WhatsApp.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
like, and you even hear the cling, episode, yeah, cling.
Yeah. I mean, I spent about 17 or 18 days in Australia. I think most of the hours, not even including sleeping, most of the hours were spent inside a car.
Wow.
So
this road trip all day long, right?
Yeah. Literally, most of the hours, I'm pretty sure they were inside the car more than like the sleeping hours.
I can imagine, yeah.
Or being outside of the car. Yeah, but like we saw so much, but we'll get into all of this. But what has been up to? What has been Hong Kong up to?
Hong Kong, as we said, we've had fantastic weather.
Yeah.
We had that. Oddly enough, though, like last week, man, my God, I did the Mercedes-Benz BAM Festival at the Central Harbourfront. Fabulous weather. And I was like, thank you.
Was it?
It was so good. Like, so good to the point I got burnt. And I got burnt, like, basically, I was there for 2 days, right, for Oktoberfest as well. So I got burnt completely. And Monday, I'm like, oh, man, I'm in trouble now. Because I have gigs starting Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, either my skin better peel now or it better not peel for the rest of the week.
Really?
And,
So did you not have any sunscreen on?
No. I was all like, what's the sunscreen thing? Look at my skin tone
it's
already.
like white people thing.
Yeah, exactly. No, but also like you don't realize. I was in the shade a bit, but you know the whole UV. Like my girlfriend will tell me all the time, well, you don't know, so UV is gonna get you. You know.
That's what they tell me in Australia. Is like our sun is different.
Yeah,
this sun kills you. I'm like, why are you bragging about
Yeah,
it?
like,
It's
relax.
like that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one God. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, so like I did all that thing, and so on Monday onwards, I had a whole tub of aloe vera, just working at it, man. And this is when you have to be honest with yourself and realize that your hairline is in fact receding.
Yeah.
And you got to do where the hairline is keep receding. And you will find every single day that you're like, how am I wiping this aloe vera further back?
Yeah.
Why is it getting like this doesn't make sense. That can be receding that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing that every single day, like nonstop. Forehead, top of the nose, back of the ears, everything. I'm like, come on, man, power through. Don't lose. So I'm powering doing all this stuff. Monday, Tuesday, fantastic. Wednesday, my gigs start, and every morning I wake up, I'm like, okay. When I say use my little facial scrub, whatever, all that kind of stuff, I'm like lightly. Don't get too excited yet. You have a gig this afternoon, and lucky for me, I finished all my gigs. Okay, Friday comes and I have a gig where basically. It's basically we're recording on Saturday. It was yesterday, okay? I wake up on Friday. I'm like, oh, my forehead's peeling. I am so in trouble. Oh my God, this is bad. This is really bad. I'm like, oh, what can I do? So I'm in the shower, just scrubbing my head with my hands.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like how you basically are just like rubbing something, like trying to polish it. I'm trying to polish my forehead. Okay? Like I'm doing that.
Yeah.
To the point I come out of the shower and my forehead literally is just glowing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Shiny forehead,
shiny forehead. I'm like, this is not helping at all.
I think
people.
I saw that in the pictures a bit. I'm like,
Yeah, you're
is
like,
he going more bald or is
Yeah.
it just too shiny? I think it's a mixture of both.
No, our sun is different.
Yeah.
That's why it's a bit shiny
Yeah,
here.
but when I came back, it has been shit weather for like 5 days now.
Exactly. Yeah, the last few days have been just been terrible.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. I'm just like, oh man, this is not what I need. And I just want some sunshine, this kind of stuff. But lucky for me, Friday, I remember my glowing forehead, and then I get to the venue. I remember, I'm like, oh, this is one of those costume events, and they had a costume ready for me, and I'm Aladdin. Yes. I get
Of course they have the Aladdin costume for
right?
you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I wear I have the little Sultan's hat thing kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I have it over my head. I'm like, thank you. This is what I needed.
Perfect.
This is perfect. Yes. And then all good, finished and stuff. And then I came back
Did
home.
you keep the costume?
Yes, I kept the
You
costume.
did?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I was like, yeah. They even get me like a crappy Taobao lamp.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take that. You know, genie lamp, right? Why
yeah,
not?
your Halloween is sorted now.
I'm ready, dude. I'm
Yeah.
ready. All I need is the carpet.
Those are expensive here. There's
Yeah,
no
exactly.
space for them.
These damn Persians, you know,
Yeah.
discount. I'm like, that's not a discount,
Yeah.
buddy. That's still expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been quite crazy for me. I mean, honestly, this is my peak season, so I'm very grateful for that. But at the same
Right.
time, it's like when you have back-to-back gigs, by the fourth gig, you're like, I don't know where I am.
Yeah.
You're like,
no-
sure,
yeah.
you
Did
know,
I say
please.
this joke before?
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Exactly. Please welcome to the stage that person. Sure. If you want to come up, say a few words, by all means, man.
Right.
If it says in my cue cards, you're coming up right now.
Right.
Yeah. So
and
it's
it's
been
a lot
pretty
of
good.
them are MCing gigs.
Half and half. I had a few
Yeah.
MCs as well, and just like this past week, I did a Revive Tech Asia event. So I was emceeing them in the evenings, and it's really cool. Like usually these startup events, they want to have more lively atmosphere to it, but
Yeah.
obviously during the day, they get someone that's okay. Now we're gonna talk about the AI intervention in the world of robotics, and it's like, how can you liven that up?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. You're just there to like facilitate,
right?
I guess,
Exactly.
the conversation.
I mean, your titles are boring, buddy. Like, what do you want to do with that, right? So it comes in the evening. I show up in the evening. That's my segment, and basically this thing called Founders After Hours. And I'm like, okay, you know what, people. This is too basic. It's just
Yeah.
a discussion panel. I'm not doing this. And so like the whole topic was like corporations versus startups. And I'm like, oh, dude, I love this title. Let's
Yeah.
do this. I go up on stage, I'm like, everyone, I'm going to make things, I'm going to wake you all up. It is time for corporations versus startups.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like doing that, the whole voice. I'm introducing all the panelists. These guys are like venture capitalists
Right.
who invest like millions of dollars. I'm like, please welcome to the stage.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they all sit down, everyone's hyped up, and they're like, so tell me, how can we get more funding?
Oh no.
Like,
yeah. You just suck all the fun out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's part of the game because like it's one of those things where you have people with a lot of ideas in the audience asking these people who have successfully got funding, be like, okay, so what's the trick? How do I get this company to give me $1 million? I'm like, yeah, tell me. I want to know this too. Yeah, how do I do this?
Yeah.
And it was also sponsored by MTR when MTR has their MTR lab. So basically, you have MTR saying, look, we have money, people.
Yeah.
It convince us.
Convince us to spend it on you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Oh,
Shark
that's
Tank.
great. Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome, man. Yeah. So now I'm like, okay, what can I do? Well, how can we do comedy, MTR, comedy, MTR? It's a boring trip. Can we entertain while they're sitting?
Yeah.
You know, not off peak hours. You know, stuff like that. So
I think if you post a couple of clips like MTR jokes,
yeah.
that are pro MTR,
Yeah.
they might take the bait.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
might. I actually like one of my jokes
Just
about
do
the,
like one of the covers that can be like MTR is the best transport.
yeah, and they're
in
like,
Hong
oh,
Kong.
this is it. I
Yeah.
hashtag and tag them as well.
Yeah,
And
of course.
Yeah, and they come like, can we buy the rights to that? I'm like,
Yeah.
sure.
it plays on all the displays
Exactly,
there.
yeah. Unlimited lifetime octopus usage. That kind
Yeah.
of thing, yeah. But the thing is that, actually, you know what? Speaking of MTR, pro MTR jokes, my joke about happiness in Hong Kong is when you're alone in the lift and you press the door close button on your front
Right.
ramp. And I said the tag to the Cantonese version is that the happiest job in Hong Kong is not the doctors and lawyers, it's the MTR train drivers.
Yeah, I think I heard you do
this
it in
one, yeah.
English too.
Exactly, yeah. And 'cause, like, think about the number of doors, dude.
Yes,
this
yes.
guy's always every single day like, come on, run.
Just cut it again and,
Yeah.
and post it on
But,
its
yeah,
own
exactly,
with,
yeah,
and
like-
with an MTR
Yeah,
tag.
you want this MTR? Come call me, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it still happens. It's a matter of time, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I can already think of like the cover can be like the happiest person in Hong Kong. And
Yeah.
it's like, who is or like the best job in Hong
The
Kong?
best company, yeah.
Yeah, the best company. Oh,
brand.
yeah, yeah. This is
like
like-
suck up to it
Exactly.
completely. I do it.
Ultimate pandering.
Yeah, there's like
best company to
yeah.
work for in Hong Kong.
There's B-roll of me smiling in slow motion,
Yeah.
taking the MTR. Or like, okay, I can imagine the shot where like you have a slow motion of me walking from, the shot's behind me. I'm walking and you're like, where is he going?
Yeah.
And it turns out I get onto a train. I turn around. It's a slow motion of like a slow smile growing right now. And the door's going, doot, doot,
Yeah.
doot, doot, right? And then, cling, and then it fades out. It's like MTR.
Yeah, but
And-
you miss it because the driver was trigger
Yeah,
happy.
exactly. Yeah. I'm like, I didn't get in, but I'm
Yeah.
still happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's MTR.
Actually, I think that's a really solid idea. It was like if you do it's like if the whole shot is in slow motion.
Yeah.
But you're actually like it's a normal time, but you're walking slowly.
Yeah,
And
people
then
around me are walking
People around me,
normally,
yeah. And you're like dramatic slow motion.
Exactly. Like, why
and then
am I
you
not
close the door?
Yeah, right. And it's like, why be stressed? Because the next train's in 1 minute.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like coming back from Australia.
Oh, you must have lost your
Oh my
mind.
god!
There, man.
What is wrong with these people? Like you have to check when is the next train when you're home.
Yeah. So should I
Because-
start going or exactly?
Yeah, like because if you like, I was visiting my friends. And the train station is about 7-minute drive. They have
Yeah.
to drive me to the train
Oh,
station.
yeah.
Yeah, insane already. But like even for them to drive me, they have to look first because the next one is, let's say, so the drive is 7 minutes. So the next one is in 9 minutes. So it's a close call.
Yeah.
And the next one is in 25 minutes. I'm
Oh
like,
my
what?
God, yeah.
She's like, yeah, just have another coffee. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, this is not how we work.
This is not,
not life.
The next one is supposed to be the minute after.
I remember like the first time I was in Melbourne, and I was like, I was early. I was like, you know, I'll take a train, randomly go around town and get off at random stops, right?
Yeah.
I got off at the random stop. It's a small stop. I'm like, okay, it seems pretty empty. I'll sit on the bench for a bit, get the next train, right?
Yeah.
And the trains are zooming by. I'm like, what the fuck? They're not stopping. Like, apparently, like they skip stations.
Yeah,
right?
this gives.
And then I look at the clock. I'm like, oh, the next one in 28. I'm like, wait, do you mean 2.8?
Yeah.
What do you mean 28?
Wait.
I'm losing my mind. I'm like, what?
Are you that accurate? Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
2 minutes to 80
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah, 2.8 of 60 seconds. You do the math, white boy. And like, oh, what? I know. I sat there. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God. No wonder no one's at the station. They
No.
gave up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not waiting 28 minutes.
Yeah, that's nuts. And then what do? You just take another line, or like you take the tram.
I just waited. I was new in town, so I was like, I guess I wait. But that's my
Oh.
point. Like, if you're running late.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is probably why it's not really the stereotype of like, oh, they're just lazy and everything. They have no chance.
No, they have no
Yeah.
chance. And then, like, I remember showing up to a couple of things super early because
Yeah.
that was like the one train I can take.
Yeah.
So I showed up to my gig, my last gig I did there, 45 minutes early, and it just looks like I'm a booker. I know like when a comic shows up super early, he's
Yeah.
like from out of town, he's like super eager. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
at
Don't
all.
be eager. Be all like, I'll come and do my set.
Yeah,
people.
yeah, but I just didn't know where to go, so
Oh,
I just
God.
wanted some water, and they have water in the green room. So I just
Yeah.
showed up anyway. But I can see the guy looking at me. He's like, "Is this your like first day at the job?
Yeah, like, do you
why are
not-
you showing up 45 minutes early?"
You show up for 4.5 minutes at best.
Exactly, 4.8 minutes. But the other crazy thing about their transport is that the tram has a free transit zone in the middle of the city.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Which is great, but I also thought of every Hong Konger just taking the tram out of the zone. They like start in the free zone to save money.
Everyone
Yeah.
has done that. Like we're like, I'm still on tram, and like
Yeah.
just on the last stop before the free
Yeah.
where the free tram zone ends.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking around like, does this guy look suspicious?
Yeah.
Would this guy check me? I don't think so. I think we're good. I think
Yeah.
we're good. Let's go. Let's go.
So it turns out there is actually like a Melbourne culture of like getting on the tram and never paying anyway.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning I thought like this is just the Hong Konger and me.
Yeah.
Nope. It's everyone.
Yeah.
Also, I took it like every other day when I was not in the car with Annie, but no one ever checked it.
Yeah.
Which goes back to my earlier point before we started recording. This country, no one is working. There is just nobody is working in
Yeah.
Australia. Here's a blank statement.
Would it be because they couldn't get to work?
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
vicious
Because
cycle.
the trains are just
Yeah, the drivers are taking their time, so they can't get the other people to work. The other people can't get to work, so the train drivers can't get paid properly.
Yeah.
They can't get enough money for the train companies. They're like, I'm not going to add more trains. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but it's very true. I can tell, like, so many
They are
times.
way too relaxed.
Yeah.
I don't know how this country works.
Yeah.
Like I think it's kind of semi-functional, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like it looks good. That's the problem, is that it looks good.
I think that's the thing, is like they have something else to do.
Yes.
And work. Like in Hong Kong, you're like, I'm going to just chill now. You look around, you're like, oh, there's construction. There's
Yeah, I guess I'll just
humidity.
go back to work.
I guess there's air conditioning in the office, and there's like a pantry as well. You know, that's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. There's
Yeah.
space as well. I'll enjoy that.
I think it's the space part, is that like when they are not working, they can just go and stand outside.
Yeah.
And like not run into people or whatever.
Yeah.
Like not get trampled by like
I think that's the thing.
Chinese tourists.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, they do that too. Like the Chinese tourists
the
are
city,
there,
yeah, there's
but
a
only
lot.
in the city,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like
most
if
of
you're
that.
like right outside CBD, there is like I haven't spent that much time away, like maybe back home in Egypt, but in Australia, just like it's so much space that it's like, don't you have people here?
Yeah.
It seems like you guys
It's
are
being
wasted.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because I think with Hong Kong, like first of all, with every Hong Kong flight, the first thing you worry about is storage space, right?
Yes.
With the minimum space you have. So you see empty space, you're like, how is this not being used?
Yes.
Like this is wasted. Like
Yeah.
this is actually stuff that I could put people here. I could put a stall here.
Yeah.
I could put a
I can
statue here.
Airbnb that drawer under my bed.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
why is this not being done right now? Oh yeah, absolutely, man. When I was there, and that's the thing in the beginning, and also because a lot of flatland as well. So
Mm.
you see things, and this is my issue when I travel, is that I'm so used to using Hong Kong proximity of like if I see it, I know how far it is.
Yes.
Right. But once you travel and you're like, oh, okay, I'll be right there. You know, it's I can see it. That must be like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're walking for 15 minutes. You're like, I can still see it. God damn it, man. How am I not there yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the weirdest
Yeah.
part for me as well. But yeah, the spacing as well, where the roads are wider.
So much wider.
And they're just
Yeah.
like, why do you need this width? What do you mean?
Yeah,
with?
no, there's nothing. There's also they complain about traffic jam there, which is a
Yeah.
fucking joke.
Yeah.
Because I've never been like we spent a lot of time in the car. Yeah, the traffic jam, quote unquote, is like a 3-minute red light.
Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, you're supposed to stop at the red light and that's your jam.
Yeah.
But it's not really. It's just like we stopped because there's a red light.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
the
yeah.
definition of a traffic jam. I'm like, these people need to take a course in like Manila
Yeah.
or Jakarta of what
Yeah.
actually traffic jam means.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's one of the things like, oh, but why am I not moving? Like, you see that light in the front
Yeah.
over there? It's logical. It's the logistics of the whole method of this system, the traffic system. Like, yeah, but I'm not moving. It's like,
Yeah.
I know. Again, like, look at that light. I saw the light, but I'm not moving. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you know what? Forget it. Your son's different. I get it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's the one thing that whenever I travel as well, when I was in Melbourne as well, I know this is my routine thing. But the first week I go there and I'm like, oh my god, the grass is greener.
Yeah.
Life is fantastic. This is what it should be all about. You know, what's the rush? You know, I can walk left, walk right. I have space. I can sit down and have a cup of coffee and not feel I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
By the second week, I'm like, buddy,
Why are you? Yeah,
I'm
you
not
guys are
my
wasting.
time.
Yeah.
You're wasting time. Like
The Hong Kong comes back.
it comes
like-
back, man.
Yeah.
Like when the tram drives, the worst is like when you have the tram drivers just like, you know, let's say meeting someone who's getting on. They're like, oh, so, hey, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Like, buddy, no, shut up, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this
Yeah.
whole you
I
can
have
talk
a
and
gig,
drive.
yeah.
And that's the hardest thing where even in the UK as well. Oh my god, the number of times you'll have someone get on a bus and be like, so I just want to double check that this bus will go
Yeah.
to this place, right?
Oh yeah, I saw that and I was asking Annie. I was like, "Can you talk to your driver?" She's like, "Yeah, why can't you?" I'm
Yeah, you're like, "Why would
we're
you?"
not. Yeah, it's like driver is a robot. Actually,
Yeah.
we don't see drivers as humans in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
That's the robot who drives the bus.
Yeah.
And also, if you talk to him, he will fucking yell at you.
Yeah. Exactly. And if anything, the driver's probably looking at you going like, "You're the reason I can't drive."
Exactly.
Because you're getting on right now.
Yeah.
I could be at the terminal taking my break, but I can't because you are like
Because
stepping
you're
on.
yapping. Yeah.
You're yapping. So let's go.
Yeah.
That was the one thing I found weirdest way to that. And the driver's like, "Oh yeah, sure. Actually, do you have enough change?" I was like, "Wait, well, you're encouraging this?
Yeah.
How would you do that? Like,
Yeah. Why are you guys like? Why are you not in a
Yeah.
rush to do the thing?
Why are you not telling the person, okay, get out of the bus,
Yeah.
go down there, use the app and figure it out. The next one's coming in
Yeah.
like 20 minutes or whatever. Yeah, you'll have enough time to figure
There
it
is
out by
a
then.
couple of times when I got on buses in Hong Kong and my octopus would run
yeah.
out of money.
Yeah.
So that means I need to top it up from my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Or sometimes use Alipay. I have Alipay Hong Kong that I can also use
Yeah.
through my credit card. But the funniest thing is that the bus driver doesn't even care. Like at this point, like as soon as my octopus doesn't work, he already closed the door and
Yeah,
left.
yeah, exactly.
He's like,
yeah.
this is your problem.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not fucking wasting time until
Yeah.
even I make sure that you pay the money.
Yeah.
I'm already on my way.
Yeah.
Which is like, what if I don't have the money?
Yeah.
Which happened before. Like I just couldn't figure out anything. And this is very angry. He just waved at me to go inside the bus. He's like,
yeah.
just like, get the fuck inside. Again, he's not willing to sacrifice the 3 seconds
Yeah.
to even kick me off the bus. He's
Yeah.
like, nope, that's
Yeah,
a waste of
I'm not
time.
gonna stop at the next stop just for you. No
Yeah.
one's rung the bell. I don't need this.
Yeah.
yeah. That's the one thing I like about this place is that again, people want to get the job done. Now, of course, yes, I get it. You know, is that what life is all about?
Yeah.
You know, just working. But how many? Like, think about the one of the biggest songs is like work. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason the song's a big hit.
I think that's the Hong Kong national anthem.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't go laze.
Yeah.
It doesn't go that way.
Oi,
yeah.
oi, oi, oi,
Yeah,
oi.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think ultimately, really, because if you live in Australia and that's
Yeah.
your default mode, it's fine. I get it. You're enjoying life and everything. But
Yes.
I genuinely feel that. I don't know, maybe it's different personalities, different environments, but I feel that at some point, maybe even though you have that kind of relaxed lifestyle, the problem is that your base level is so low. In other words, basically like your base of standard life living is like, I'll work for, let's say, 5 hours.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I'm working overtime for 6 hours today.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's your level?
Yeah.
It's much like saying like, oh, I can walk upstairs, but only one flight.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I get it. But like, do you understand like you're missing out a lot more on life? You can't walk up the rest of the flight of stairs.
Well, I don't know. Like the counter to that is that like, why would you even try to do those extra steps when like this is very comfortable?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like every book, every nook of wisdom will
Yeah.
always say like the path less traveled.
Sure.
You know, the challenge is where you grow through resistance, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when life is good, the problem, and I find this as well, when life gets good, you start lowering your base level where this is my happiness now. I need to do this to be happy. So for example, like even now, like I try to stop work by midnight latest, and I'm like, all right, no more 2 a.m.s and stuff like midnight. And the nights when I'm working at 12:30, I'm angry.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, I was fine before. Why am I upset? You get it? Like,
Yeah.
I've now made my base level 12 a.m. Whereas before, I'm like, I'm working at 12:30. I'm like, oh, it's not 1 yet. That's pretty
Sure,
good.
but because you have already set yourself
Yeah.
to like, yeah.
So now once it's 12, I'm not only not enjoying it, I'm angry that I'm working right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh.
But then you get stuff done when you're angry too.
yes, that's for
right?
sure. Yeah. I'm like working
anger is a
super
great
fast.
motive to like,
Yeah.
you know, spite. Like we talked about this before.
Oh,
Just
absolutely,
like
yeah,
spite
yeah.
is a great motive.
Yeah.
To be like, you can even spite yourself, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I'll fucking show you how much I work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You go to do a set and like fumble your own
Yeah.
jokes, you idiot. Yeah, exactly. Right. I don't know. Like, I think I've really thought about that. Where I think it's really a balance of like when life is really comfortable. That's pretty nice. Like honestly, when I go there, I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. I'm inspired.
Yeah.
I'm recharged and stuff like that. But I feel that reverse it, I would put like 80-20. 80% should be like rock and roll. Let's do this.
Sure.
And 20% is like, all right, let's recharge. We're all good. Like think about it. Like you use your phone. You don't spend 80% of the time charging it. It's 80% of the time working with it.
Yeah.
It's the 20% at night, whatever. You charge it. You're good to go.
Yeah.
You get it? Hence the same concept of like you go to the gym, you work out for 20 minutes. I'm sorry, 20% of your day at
Yeah.
best. And then you're good for the rest of the day. Right. So I think that to me is the calculation of like whenever I travel now, I no longer go like, oh, this will be great to just do this all day long. I'm like, I guarantee you in a month's time, I'm gonna want to kill myself. Right.
Well, that's actually, I did consider that. And I think it's because I've been in China and Hong Kong for too long.
Because you
So, like,
know
I
what it can
imagine
be.
myself, yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
know what it can be. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I imagine myself just being there. But then the flip side of that, again, is that we are in an industry that you can actually push yourself. You can create that for yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because unlike, for example, if you work in an office, a bank, or whatever, accounting office, you can't really do that because you still have the 9 to 5 or 9 to whatever.
You're in the system, yeah.
You're in the system, and there's just gonna be, even if you have the hustle mode, you're still gonna be like at 5, they'll be like, get the fuck out of the office.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck in that like dilemma of like, but I want to work more, but there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
But we are in an industry that you can actually basically work all the
It's
time if you want to.
proportional,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can like, you know, drive around, do every spot possible.
Yeah.
You know, pitch shows or whatever.
Yeah.
That I think is the counter to the point of like,
I think so. Hence, what I mean is that it also comes down to personality. Like, let's be very honest that not everyone's designed for the hustle.
yes,
Right.
if the environment is not really pushing you. Hong Kong environment is obviously brutal, right?
yeah.
Like the environment is like basically if you don't hustle, you will die. You will
Yeah.
literally be homeless.
Yeah,
You will
exactly,
be on the street and die and be more homeless after you die.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So
I think now environment definitely, but at the same time, it's also much like saying in Hong Kong as well. Let's say you lived in, let's say New Territories,
Sure.
on a farm, right? Now your life is if I get lunch, I'm good.
Yeah.
which is fair. You're happy. That's all good. And it's one of those things again of like how much is enough.
Yeah.
Right. So it's one of those Buddhist Zen things of like, you know, you got to have the balance between of like a hustle and also relaxation. And I think that's the challenge because relaxation is just the default human nature of like, but this is nice.
Yeah.
Right. It's like eating sugar, sweet, fatty food. You're like, but this is nice.
Yes.
But you pay the price eventually in another way. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the thing with Australia is that because of the more relaxed atmosphere, you end up not progressing or improving or hitting your potential. Hence why like very often when, let's use Melbourne coffee as well. Right. Because you're in the environment of like, oh, people think this is the kingdom of coffee.
Yes.
You start to say, if I just open a coffee shop, I'm
Yes.
a rock star.
Yes, which is not the case actually. I think I spent about a week in Sydney and about 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks, 12 days or so in Melbourne. And I gotta say, Melbourne coffee, mostly not great.
Yeah.
Like I had great coffees there because I would basically have a coffee every day, but I think the hit rate was like 40%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Of getting
6
good
out of 10
coffee,
coffees. I think I did have 10 coffees, let's say, or 12 or whatever. I would say at least 6 to 8 of them were below average.
Yeah.
And 4 were like good to very good. Like
Yeah.
maybe 2 were like excellent. But that's very low for like, everyone's like, that's the coffee capital in the world. It's like, nah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's exactly to your point. Everyone just thinks like, oh yeah, if I am in Melbourne and I make coffee, that must be
Equals.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
exactly,
equals
yeah.
good coffees. Like,
It-
but for coffee snobs like us, like actually that's not very good coffee.
Yeah.
And even Annie, who lives there, she took me to even to places that she goes to usually. She's like, I don't think it's just your bad luck. She's like, this is not good coffee. Like I got her to admit
On
a few
that
times.
day.
On that day,
Ah.
she's like, these people are usually good. But then we literally had a day when we went to the Queen Vic Market.
Yeah.
Great place, whatever.
Market Lane?
The Queen Vic Market is like where all the street food is. And
Yeah.
I think it's called Market Lane.
Yeah.
But even her regular coffee place from there was shit to the point that we're like, we need another one.
Yeah,
because we were
yeah.
just angry.
Yeah.
And we went to the other one that she's like, this is solid, and it was still not good. And this is when we gave up on Melbourne coffee. I'm like, this is not happening.
So see, now this comes down to understanding coffee in general. Now it's very unfair because you may have the best beans, but the moment you have bad technique, it's over. You may have really good technique, but you have bad beans, it's over.
Yeah.
You may have good beans, good technique.
There's
but
too
the
many
machines-
variables.
Too many variables that
Yeah.
you can't really blame it. Like the brand doesn't really mean it's going to be good.
Yes.
Right.
And I told
However-
her, because obviously from my work at Decent, like we were tasting one that was just like the first one of the day there, and it just sucked. It was
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
But I actually knew now that I have the palate to understand why they mix stale beans with new beans.
Yeah.
So you can actually
I would not
tell.
be surprised.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So same with me is that with Gloria as well, my girlfriend, she would know this very
Yeah.
well. She'll be like, okay, I see what they're doing already. Okay. Even for me, I'll watch them. I'm looking at the technique. I'm like, okay. Like the moment you see the barista kind of like looking away, and I'm like, okay, you can look away because you're feeling with your hands. I get it. But you can kind of sense that like, yeah, they're not really paying attention.
Yeah.
They're like doing the motion, whatever. I'm like, ah, there we go. That's going to suck now.
Yeah.
And they'll do the latte art. Oh, here you go. I'm like, buddy, that doesn't impress me.
It doesn't impress you. Yeah.
Exactly. So you have that. And I think ultimately, now that's the other problem is that because of the business point of view, majority of the audience would not know, oh, old beans, new beans. They'll be
Sure.
like, it's coffee, right? I'll drink a coffee, right? And they wouldn't know, oh, it's the silky smooth or what, oh, this type of bean goes well with oat milk, not soy milk, all that kind of stuff. Whereas like someone who does coffee all the time would be like, yeah, this is not the right blend.
Yeah.
This is a wrong mix over here. So I
Yeah.
think that was the issue with that because we went there knowing much more than the general public. And the moment you drink, you're like, buddy, you're not fooling me anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue really.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, on the other hand, which is very controversial to say, and we already brought it up on the episode recorded from Australia, is that Sydney coffee was great.
Yeah,
Another point
shocking.
for Sydney. Yeah. Sydney coffee was like almost all of it was really good. And even the ones that were similar to the Queen Vic market, but it's as the Sydney, what is it called?
Brunch?
Fish market.
Oh, yeah.
Fish market, which is a great, really, really cool hang.
Yeah.
But even the coffee from there was solid.
Oh, man.
But I think maybe it has something to do with the weather, but it should be cold weather equals good coffee, no?
Yeah, right. It stays cold,
Should be.
cooler. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
then again, I mean, it's really hard to tell. Again, maybe for all you know, maybe right now they have some sort of deal where Melbourne's like, all right, Mike, we're going to help you out. Okay, we see you struggling. We're going to let you be better than us for like the next few months.
I mean, that's the thing. Sydney was never struggling. It was actually like Annie was saying, it was like Sydney is just like, and it doing its own thing and knows it's like, it's cool.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't
Melbourne's
need
like,
your
no, we
approval.
are. Yeah, exactly.
Melbourne's
But
like-
maybe Melbourne is trying too hard. That's the thing.
Melbourne's a sign poon, basically.
Yeah, it's
You
a
get it?
sign
It's
point.
a
Yeah.
sign poon. Like, hey, man, we got graffiti, we
Yeah.
got cafes. We're like, yeah, okay, and
Yeah, you're still uphill and it's a pain in the ass to come
exactly.
up.
Your
yeah.
escalator moves slowly.
Yeah, it's so slow.
Right, your
Yeah.
your roads are not flat; they're slopey.
Yeah.
and you've got that random meat shop that will like throw their water out every now and then. You got the market and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So, buddy, you can keep.
This is a weird mix. Yeah.
yeah, you do you, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, but good for you, man. But we're over here doing just fine.
But speaking of weird mixes, like, did you walk around Chinatown in Melbourne?
oh yeah.
Because that would like, I was thinking.
no part of that is like China.
Well, no, but on the other hand, it's very. I think if you have been like us, like grew up here or
Yeah.
like lived here for a long time, and you move there, it still feels like you can have access to the comforts of home, as opposed to, for example, if you are from Brazil or Italy or whatever,
Yeah.
you might not have access to much variety of your
Oh,
home
yeah.
like products.
The
Like
flavors,
I
yeah.
walked into a supermarket where Annie's mom would shop, which is like a super local Chinese supermarket, and literally, if you close your eyes, you're like, "Oh, I'm in like Anhui right now."
Yeah.
It's so Chinese.
You know why?
The guy's is sitting there on his WeChat. He's not paying attention to you.
Yeah.
He does not give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're just like looking at soy sauces and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like the it's very bare. It's the shelves are badly like organized, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a supermarket in China for sure.
I mean, the reason is why because we understand the whole concept of business. We're like,
Yeah.
we're here for business, okay? We're not here to ask you about like, oh, so tell me, does your supermarket have this and how's
Yeah.
the day? It's like we don't care.
No, we
Get
don't
your stuff
care.
done. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think see that was the one thing as well. Now, when I went to Chinatown or then Melbourne, if you've ever been to a lot of Chinatowns like in London and stuff like that, can we stop with the lanterns?
I know. Yeah.
It's
a
way
little
too on the nose, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, hey, this
Lantern
will.
Dragon. We get it.
We get it. We got the lions at the entrance. We got the okay. I get it, buddy. But the problem is this: is that when you come to Hong Kong, you're like, where the lanterns? Exactly.
Yeah.
Once a year, we at most. Other than that, it's not happening, man. We know where we are. We don't need you to remind us.
Right.
Yeah, but yes, Chinatown over there is nice, and they get some of these old school, like the Maxim's Bakery shop over there.
Yes. Yeah. I was so surprised that it's actually there.
Yeah, and I believe
Like we stopped. I'm like, is this the original Maxim?
I
Or
think
like,
it's the original logo as well.
yeah, it
that's
is because
fine.
I actually thought it's a rip off because it's not the logo here, but
Yeah.
turns out it's the old one.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So in two is one is that they're like holding on to the nostalgia.
Yeah.
The other one is that they're just like, yeah, we're never gonna change.
Yeah.
Like we're coming into your new city and I'm staying myself.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, that is such a expat white thing to do.
There is, what is the other one? The bakery that we have here everywhere as well is also there.
Taipan or whatever.
Taipan, yeah. That's
yeah.
also there.
Yeah.
And cocoa milk tea.
Yeah,
there's like a bunch
a
of
lot
stuff.
of milk teas.
Yeah.
Because it's huge, dude.
It's very big.
It's very big over
but
there.
But also even walked into a shopping mall that is adjacent.
Old school, man.
But adjacent to Chinatown. And again,
I know
you
what
can
you're
just
talking
be
about,
walking in like a small mall in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
It's exactly the same. It's all like small Japanese kind of like takeaway restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like this is exactly a mall in Hong Kong or in China.
And that's the craziest thing where like you're like, huh, okay. Because I remember when I was in Sydney, I did that as well. I went to one of these random malls and I was like, this is proper old school. Now, what I do appreciate of all the Chinatowns around the world, it seems to be that they have stuck with that one era of like the 1980s
Yes.
and 90s, and that's it.
Yeah.
We're not moving ahead. Because I think what's happening is that whoever moved there was like, I need a piece of home.
Yeah.
And this is the home that they last remember.
Exactly.
And we're keeping it that way.
Yeah.
The kids, however, grew up there, and this is not home for them. Their
No.
home is outside of that mall.
Yeah, and if they come here to actual China
Yeah.
where there is like they go to like K11,
Yeah.
that is not the mall.
Yeah,
there.
they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, you wouldn't see this where you are, would you?
No.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's another thing. K11 is a prime example of when you come to Hong Kong, you're like, oh my God, what?
Yeah.
You're like, buddy, exactly. You see lanterns? No. You don't
Yeah.
see that.
No lanterns
Yeah,
inside,
no
but
lantern.
outside you can see the night vibes Hong Kong.
That's right. It's the night
Did you go?
vibes. No. Because like, let me. So first of all, the night vibes. For FYI government,
Yeah.
we've been doing night vibes for like a long time already.
Yes, yeah.
okay?
We work a night vibes. We are the night
We are the
vibes.
night vibes, exactly. You know, and like I do appreciate the initiative, like, oh, let's take advantage of the night and put something together.
Yeah.
The problem.
And you can tell that they're trying too hard when they call it vibes because this
Oh,
is such
yeah,
like a young
vibe.
person.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
your grandpa or like your old dad trying to be cool.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do you wanna? Are we vibing? You're like, ew, stop saying
yeah.
that.
They probably got like some young intern, like, hey, so what's the word you would use for
Exactly.
the night atmosphere?
Night riz or something.
What's the word to the night enjoyment
Yeah.
of the Hong Kong?
How would you describe that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, I don't know. I'm just not vibing with the title. Vibe. Let's go with it. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's one of those things. I'm like, oh, this is good, and they throw a few smiley faces. Now, I do appreciate that the government's finally realized that Hong Kong doesn't sleep, and they're like, oh, wait a second, we can use this other half of the day to do something with it. I'm like, yes, and they're like, all right, okay, let's go back to what we like. And again, this is the people who moved to, let's say, Australia, wherever, and they're like, this is my slice of home. And the government has decided, let's think about what was nighttime for us. And they're like, oh, I remember when I was young, we would have some booths that would sell fish balls.
Yeah.
And that was a night vibe for us. And let's do that. And they get approval. And now you have basically just another night market.
Yeah.
And the whole joke is like, well, we had Temple Street all along.
Yeah.
What do we need this for? Right, but the whole idea is like, oh, but it's gonna be in one chai and so that choi. I'm like, again, have you ever heard of transportation? It's not that hard. It's not that
Don't you
complex.
know that our MTR goes every 4 seconds?
Yeah, exactly.
through
Like-
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But the thing
But it's also like a gentrified version of all of it. That's to me that's like the
but
sucky part.
It's an ungentrified, where it's like the old, like kind of like we just have.
No,
a
but
bunch
like
of-
for example, the fish balls or whatever, if you get them in like Tim Tam Toy, like on the street,
yeah.
you get them for let's say
Dirt cheap,
$10,
yeah.
and then you go in like the harbor front and
Yeah.
it's like $30.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're
what the fuck
"Why?"
are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's the whole thing. I think like the $20 siumai for 4 siumai for $20.
Did someone like post and complain about it already?
And he became famous.
Oh, did he?
And he just sold that every day.
Yeah, okay.
Because people were like, let's see how good he is.
Ah,
Yeah,
smart.
That's smart.
Wow.
Right? But apparently he said his whole thing wasn't the siumai, was the sauce.
Yeah.
Hence people are like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. But still,
Yeah.
I'm like, see, that's smart marketing. Where like everyone's like, really, you think you're so good? I'm gonna get you one and just try. He's
Yeah.
like, buddy, let's do the math. If let's say 500,000 Hong Kong people come here and they're like, this sucks. I'm like, you know what? That's fine.
I already
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and just change
I'm
my
gonna-
career. If I
Yeah,
need
exactly.
to.
I'm just gonna buy a new house
from
now.
siumai to retirement. Thank you very much. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I do appreciate the night vibe thing with the MTR trying to do the 10:30 p.m. You get a 5 rides 1 free kind of deal.
Oh, do they?
Something like that, you get one of those.
I feel like I've been away for too long because I read about it when I was leaving.
But you have to like get out of the MTR like 10 or 10:30 p.m.
So they really just want people to be outside
Yeah.
at night
Yeah, so
to like spend their money or whatever.
Yeah, the only-
Just give us another consumption voucher then.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Give us another consumption voucher because it's all
only be-
electronic.
No,
Exactly. Can only be spent at night.
Exactly.
Yes.
After 6 p.m.,
Yes.
before let's say 6 a.m., you got the night vibes happening, okay?
Exactly.
It may be going to the wrong vibes, but still. Okay?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Oh yeah. Have the consumption voucher also applicable in like
All in
shady
Temple Street.
massage places and all of Temple Street.
all the
basically.
Temple Street, basically. Really, I don't know how the G...
One chai. It's actually only applicable in one chai
Yeah.
after between
Yeah.
midnight and 6 a.m.
Exactly.
And give the drug dealers like the square,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the machine.
Yeah. Do it. Like, all right, there we go, you know. And like they make some sort of arrangement with everyone. Like if you basically buy drugs for 5 times, you get 1 time without getting caught. Right? One of those, right? There's so many things they could do, but like they're like, no, let's just...
All the machines now have Nigerian accents.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah,
What
no.
do you want, bro?
It doesn't even go toot, it goes it starts the music, you're like, what?
Yeah.
It's like chung 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 like that.
All right. Yeah, we're getting canceled for this. If you were hoping to go back to Australia, you're so sensitive about these things.
I know. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was the other thing is why I was in Melbourne, and the first time I noticed the level of political correctness.
Oh my God.
like,
It drove me
guys.
fucking insane.
Yeah, and like the thing is this is that I understand that to a certain extent, yes, we have to be respectful and everything. And I was trying to wrap my head around because I see how, yes, you do not want to have that image portrayed on TV all the time. It makes people, the
Yes.
new generation go like, oh, I guess that's who we are. But at the same time, the unwillingness to the point of like, we better make sure that they're included now just makes it seem like, am I here because I'm really good or am I
Yes,
because
yes.
they need me?
Like I have seen multiple conversations. They're obviously hanging out with comedians and stuff about this topic, but it's also a lot of it. As an outsider, I can see that a lot of it is just performative. It's not real.
Not in their hearts, yeah.
Not in their
They're
hearts.
doing because they have to do it.
They have to do it, but also it doesn't represent. This is a sad part. So as this is gonna get a little political, and we have many listeners from Australia. As I was there, they actually had a referendum, and that's not normal. That they don't have referendums. They had a national referendum.
Wow.
And basically, the referendum, I can get you the exact question that it says. The referendum is called The Voice. And I actually went with Annie as she was voting.
Was it singing?
Well, yeah, that's what I thought in the beginning. Is like, are
Yeah.
you guys voting to have another season of The Voice?
Or hee.
But the question that it had
Yeah.
was, I don't want to fuck up the exact wording of it, but it was something along the lines of, because that's why it's called The Voice.
Yeah.
The Voice is to give indigenous people
Yes.
more representation in the parliament. That is it.
Okay.
Do you agree to have the voice? Again, messing up the words, but I am
Yeah.
positive that this
Having-
was the question.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
a yes or no question. It's compulsory. Everyone has to vote.
Yeah.
Do you agree that these people should have a voice in the parliament? Yes or no? That's a simple question.
Wow.
So when I arrived, I knew nothing about this at all. Obviously, all the circles that I'm hanging out in with Annie's neighborhood, which is a lot of immigrants,
Yeah.
and everywhere else around the comedy clubs and stuff like that, there was posters of vote yes everywhere. It's a very liberal
'cause
circle.
they
Again,
include
it's the people
everyone.
that
Yeah.
include everyone. But it also sounds like objectively, why would you not have someone, whoever they are,
Yeah.
as long as they're not evil people,
Yeah.
as long as they're not Nazis, why would you not give them a voice? It seems to me, logically,
Yeah.
if that's a simple answer of yes or no,
Yeah.
of course yes. If the same question is like, do you agree to give disabled people? Yes. Do you agree to give Myanmar people?
Yeah.
Yes. Like just give everyone a voice
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what in the parliament, right?
Yeah.
Representation, whatever. So I saw that actually for like a week until the day of the referendum, and I saw the results come out.
Which were?
And I saw the shift in the atmosphere. In fact, I was at a comedy club when the results started coming out. Ooh. And I was at the Comics Lounge, which is the biggest comedy club in the country, in the green room. But Comics Lounge also is known to be leaning a little bit towards the right side. It has like an older, kind of like cruise ship kind of crowd,
yeah.
right? And I saw the comics talking about it in the back, and they're like, the comics were disappointed.
Yeah.
And they said this is also not surprising. And the results were a clear no.
Wow.
It was a landslide no.
Wow.
The only province or state that did vote yes at the time, because I just checked out after that from the news, was Canberra, which is the capital.
Yeah.
Right, so the political people. But even the New South Wales, where Sydney is, the liberal ones, and I'm pretty sure Victoria, where Melbourne
yeah.
is, I'm pretty sure even Victoria said no. Which is crazy, because I had a long argument with our buddy Andy. I spent a weekend with him in Mornington. They have like a beautiful beach house there, and we spent the weekend there. And he knows that by now, and I was trying to rile him up, and he totally took the bait. Yeah. Even like Karina, his wife, Annie, and our friend Joe, who was there. Everyone was like, Jesus Christ. But Andy, I'm not gonna reveal his point of view because this is his own personal opinion.
Yeah.
But I took the other side.
Yeah.
And Andy went to explain why the country would vote us. He already saw these results come. To his credit, he knew this was going to happen. And he said, because this is why I brought up this whole thing, is because this whole thing was performative. And it was like shoved on the people's, he was like, they would just have posters in his kid's kindergarten, which is, by the way, objectively fucked up, because this is still a political, even if the cause was super noble, that is still a political thing. And you don't just force it on kids like this. But the funny thing is, again, just because I wanted to dick around, I went with Annie as she was voting, actually.
Oh.
And there was the Yes campaign people outside of the polling station. And she was giving a flyer that literally says, here's how to vote, and you write yes. And I'm not from there. I'm basically a tourist. And I said, is this the only option?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, but we're the yes people. And then I didn't want to go further and go where are the no people? Because there isn't any.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people outside the polling station all telling you to say yes.
Yeah.
And there was no
people.
No people.
So you have some people walking like, what's going on? Oh, sure. What?
Well, the no people were scared. That's the point. The no people.
Yes, I can see that.
Yes is but it's not real. The no people are the majority. This is but also the no people, a lot of them are racist. So that becomes a whole situation.
They're inclusive until oh really? I got to actually make an official statement now.
Yes.
I mean, I would never approve this, but
yes, and because obviously voting is confidential.
So
you can still go around and pretend to say yes. And no one will ever know. But those are the people who went and said no. But
no, it's pretend to say no, but went and said yes, right? You're saying
no. I'm saying that the no people. Exactly. Outside, they pretend to say yes. They're of course.
I would. Give them a voice. But
exactly.
Yeah. I think that's the issue, is that this is where politics really bring out the true identity in people, and that's the biggest challenge, because a lot of people don't even think about this. They're like, no, this is the right thing to do. But hold on, let's really put your money where your mouth is. And do this. And I think, okay, I'll put it this way: it happens everywhere, even in Hong Kong as well. The whole let's use ethnic minorities, right? Basically non-Chinese. Basically, in other words, not non-Chinese. Okay, ethnic minority. Let's be very straightforward. Is not non-Chinese. There's a certain group of people that quote unquote are ethnic minorities. Okay,
sure.
The non-Chinese living on the peak are not ethnic minorities.
No.
They don't need to be included.
The guy we went to the house for the birthday thing, that is not. He's Indian. That's not a minority.
Clearly not ethnic minority. You get it? So I always say, I get upset when I'm like, look, let's be very straight. I know the term includes them, but let's be honest, they're not included. Okay. So I think this is the issue: is that non-Chinese people in Hong Kong are 8% now, and I feel that the correct thing at this point, where you're almost at the 10% mark, the voice needs to be heard.
Yes.
You get it? And you have to have someone in government who personally has been through it or lives it to understand it. Let's be very honest. You could say, oh, I understand entertainment, and I'm going to talk about the entertainment industry. No, you're talking about the bands, you're talking about magicians. Have you done comedy? Hence why the whole COVID regulation in Hong Kong, where, you can give public speeches, but you can't do comedy. It's buddy, what?
Yeah.
This is stupid. You get it? Because you don't understand. That's actually the same thing pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is the ultimate issue. Now, that's all well said and done. Let's say now you are, in charge of a big company, and the government's like, oh, we cannot have performances, and you won't be like, well, in that case, we can't do public speeches. But you understand how many other companies are gonna have problems now? Because you're trying to be, one with the comedians, and you're like, so it gets to that point where you're like, oh man, you lose both ways, but lesser of two evils. But I think the voice issue is more of a fear tactic usually. Again, it's a matter of when you have new people coming in, the immigrants who are willing to work harder because they have something to work for. And you're taking over the jobs. But you're not doing what you should do.
That's exactly what I said also in Australia. So Andy was, and a lot of locals there were complaining to me so much about how you basically can't get someone to do any handiwork anymore.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
He's like, literally, no matter how much money you offer them, they're just not going to do the job. So he was saying a couple of examples about like someone fixing tiles or like leaky shower floor or whatever, and like AC, and the amount of money he had to pay. And then back, it's like he was saying that for an AC guy to come and look from far away, just look at your air conditioner and try to guess what's happening without touching it, they pay 600 Australian dollar, which is 3,000 Hong Kong dollar.
That's crazy.
He's like, if he is like willing to come, because if he's not, there is just nothing you can do about it. And he gave me another example, but not just him, all the locals there. But then this is the same fucking country that is making it really hard for people to emigrate.
Yeah.
Which is like, why? Just let more people in, then they can do the things that literally no one, as opposed to America, for example, in the US, again, very simplistic way to look at it. But again, the US, people are complaining about immigrants, saying that they're stealing their jobs, quote unquote. They want to do the jobs, but they just want to keep getting paid a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
But in Australia, they don't want to do the job at all. Which is nuts. Like, no one wants to fix the drains. Like, someone needs to.
Yeah.
And you guys don't want to. But at the same time, you don't want the immigrants. Like, what are we doing here?
See, that's where you want to have the win-win thing, right? You basically want to have the comedians perform for free.
Yes.
But you also don't want to pay rent.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's really difficult for that. Like, the only way that could happen is that, let's say, I don't know, you own the whole building. You get it? Like, you have to have that, but that's such a rare trump card. Like, there's no way you're going to have everything so perfectly done.
Yeah.
So I think that's the ultimate thing, is that a lot of us do not want to be willing to accept that, look, you want this lifestyle, requires that. And again, this comes down to such a basic, and people always tell me like, oh, Viv, you know, you're doing gigs and everything. I'm like, buddy, it's not that I'm sitting around twiddling my thumbs and all of a sudden like people are like, hey, here's money, talk.
Yes.
You know, you're doing a lot of stuff as well. But there's a lot of stuff that we don't want to accept that that's part of the game. Just like running a comedy show. Oh, you just go up there, you know, press a button, say a few jokes, and people pay you money. It's like, you really?
Yeah.
I think that's it. You
Oh
know?
my God.
So I think it's the people who are not doing it, who have this simplistic vision of like, that's how it is. I want this lifestyle. Well, okay, then you don't get to have all that stuff. Like, no, but someone will figure it out for me. It's like, no, they won't.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Hong Kong is very much everyone is on their own kind of thing in terms of like, also no one, like I was in a comedians group chat and they were talking about like, someone was complaining about no one is giving them corporate gigs.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, why would you ever think that they said, and I quote, they're not sharing their corporate gigs. I'm like, which world are you living in?
Yeah, exactly.
When you think people are gonna hustle or like have a job of any sort and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna take some.
Trickle down economy. Like, I'm sorry. What? Yeah.
But also, you don't understand how hard people work on these things to get a gig. No, it's just like, and of course, there are situations where you can't do it. And of course, in that case, you're not telling the client, no, but don't hire anyone else. That's a
dick
evil.
move. Yeah,
that is a dick move.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't be like, I'm not available, but I'm the only good one.
Yeah.
Of course, you share, and we have all share.
Yeah.
But this person was particularly saying like, oh, I feel like no one is like, okay, maybe then you're not suitable for the gig.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why no one is giving you the gig.
Yeah. Look, this comes down to the basic capitalist economy of the sense of like, well, if people want it, if there's a demand, they'll come and get your supply.
Yes.
But if there's no demand, your supply could be whatever it is. No, there's no demand. There's no market. That's the world, dude. You know, it's again, you can't be like, oh, you know, all these ladies, you know, they're not coming to me. It's like, yeah, because they don't want to. You can't blame them. Yeah, but you know, I see them out every night. And I'm here too.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a great point.
Right? I'm like, no, statistically, they still don't need to suddenly like you.
Yeah.
Because you've been there. You're not like a brand name. They're not looking at you going like, you know, I see this guy a lot. You know, maybe I'll talk to him. It's like, no, you won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of times it comes down to this people not being honest with themselves. Because again, they want A, but they don't want B. But they know that if to have A, they have to have B.
Yeah.
But they just don't want to accept it. And as long as they can keep saying, well, you know, I'm pro A, you know, and it's like, yeah, no, you're not.
Speaking of gigs, and it's every time I go away or like we even take a week off from live shows, it really does take a hit. It's so weird how people just, because there's so much happening right now. Hong Kong night vibes apparently is stealing our audience. But I don't know what's happening in Hong Kong, but every time, it only happened like 2 or 3 times when I went away and I took a week off, and just the momentum really takes a hit. And it's because people are used to just us having some show every week.
Yeah.
And once we go away for 1 week, it basically people just think you're dead.
Yeah. I guess that's the end of it. That was
I guess that's the end of it. I'll just like move on to the next thing very quickly. Point is, we did take a week off because I was away. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm apologizing to all the audience who are not buying tickets because they're like, oh my God, yeah, he's like gave up on us. I'm
Yeah.
like, can I just have a holiday? So please buy fucking tickets. We are back. Not just that, we're literally doing the biggest run of the year of shows back to back starting this week. If you're listening on the week this episode drops. So this week we have Thursday, the 26th of November. We have Hong Kong as Fuck, which is a super, super, super fun game show run by Garen Chu. The last time we did it, which was, I think, was like late August or early September, we had the biggest turnout in Base Hall so far. We had over 150 people. It was super fun. This time we actually have a special guest from overseas, Adam Hopkins, who is a British comedian. You worked with him in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And he used to be based in Shanghai, Taiwan. Now he's back in the UK. And he's coming back to do a run of shows. He's going to be on the panel. Super funny guy. But also, Hong Kong as Fuck is a great show. Also, we have a sponsor, which is the Ride the Minibus people.
Oh.
Which is Hong Kong's like drinking game. Very, very fun, run by our buddy Crystal Tolani, who's also a fan of the podcast. So she's sponsoring some prizes. So you can win Hong Kong as Fuck. You can win Ride the Minibus playing Hong Kong as Fuck. And we also had another deal for both Thursday and Friday with Artifact. Artifact is one of the nicest bars in Hong Kong. It's in Base Hall. And it's just across the hall from where we perform, and they actually give a complimentary drink to every ticket holder. And actually, I have been a couple of times. The average ticket price, the drink price there is $120. It's a very high end bar.
Yeah.
And they're just giving all of our ticket holders a free drink.
This Thursday and Friday.
This Thursday and Friday. It's 26. Honestly, just for that one drink, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
To just come and hang out. So Friday, we have Sam C coming from the UK. You worked with Sam a bunch of times. He's coming from Singapore. Sam is one of the top guys out of Singapore. He's a gay comedian. And we don't really have that many gay comedians touring. So if you are in the LGBTQ plus community, do come out or tell your friends. And Sam is about to relocate permanently to the UK at the end of this year. And it's going to be his last tour in Asia for a very long time. And we're very happy to bring him. Point is, we pay a lot of fucking money for these shows. And you guys should buy tickets. Please buy tickets. And the links are in the description below. I promise I will not take weeks off again. Every time I go away, I'm like, do people think I went bankrupt because I stopped for a week?
Yeah.
So we do need you for these shows for the upcoming run to tell your friends. And it's going to... literally the next 2 weeks after that, I don't want to make like a whole long spiel, but the next 2 weeks after that are both touring acts.
Yeah.
One is from America and one is from India. Again, those are like shows that I am paying to produce that you guys need to buy fucking tickets for. So buy tickets.
So this is the fundraising segment of the
Exactly.
the
This is the
podcast.
fundraising segment of
Now,
the podcast.
if
If you really are like just like don't want to do any of this or you're not in Hong Kong or whatever, you can also subscribe to the Patreon. Continuing on the fundraising part.
We can do that, but again, like honestly, check out these shows because the one thing like Daniel Fernandez I've seen his act.
Yes.
So if you like, I'll put it this way: we have every comedian is a different style. That's
Yes.
the one thing I appreciate. Is like Sam C's got his own quirky style.
Yeah.
Daniel Fernandez has his own style as well. I've seen all these comics, and again, if you're thinking like, oh, I just want that funny TikTok video style comedy, then you're looking at a 2-minute clip.
Yes.
These are 1 hour, like the whole show's happening. They're doing the whole show, and it's a pace where it's like we're not doing a buffet, cram what you can in your mouth.
Yes.
But more like you're trying different flavors, but now not like a 2-minute bite. You enjoy like a proper full-on meal of this particular cuisine.
Yeah.
And Sam C, like I said, I've seen him in Edinburgh. He runs shows over there. I've seen him. I'm performing in Singapore a lot of times as well. I've seen him in Melbourne as well, running his own shows and selling out as well. And like again, having his unique personality, he has his own stories, being Singaporean, being his size as well,
Yeah.
being his person, being his background, and then being gay
Just
as well.
explain to people his size because I
Yeah.
think if people don't know who he is, they might think he's like obese.
Oh, no. Like the guy is nice and short, and you look at him like,
He's a very small person.
very small person. And
He's not like a small like in the scientific.
little,
He's not a little
yeah,
person.
exactly,
But
yeah.
he's a small, skinny guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think again, And that already is ingredients to like a fantastic story / show / comedy as well, right? And again, Daniel Fernandez, I've seen his style. He's a much more confident, taller person as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
Daniel
has-
Fernandez from India.
Yeah, and like he's done things like, for example, if you don't believe, go check out YouTube. You can see some of his videos as well.
Yes.
He's done like runs of like 6 hours of comedy nonstop,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So this guy is ready to like talk and give you a piece of his mind, but also he has his own little quirky, darker side of comedy where he'll say things like, you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. Like I can imagine Daniel Fernandez not only going to Australia and voting, yes, and like literally like holding on to basically people and saying, yeah, that kind of thing. Like he'll want to make sure that you know that he said yes, and he's like, we know where we're going, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of that as well.
And yeah, definitely if you like the darker, which is, we have a lot of audience who like the darker, more, more
type of comedy, the dark
exactly.
comedy, yeah.
Then that's Daniel Fernandez, definitely for you. All the links are in the description below. Yes, please, if you're listening to this in Hong Kong, come to one of the next shows. We do need the support, and send the shows to your friends as well. And yes, I promise I will never go anywhere ever again. You know me all the time.
Except for going offline now.
Yes. Speaking of going, we're going offline right now. Thank you so much for listening in, and we will see you at the shows.